Well, I think it's getting a norm to begin with. The civil society organizations are included in this kind of international or regional policy-making forums. And there's definitely a reason to it. And I think it shows the history of engagement that has been proven useful and integral for any decision-making. Because what we're talking about development, we're talking about results. So who has the proof that work in the last 20, 30 years has worked or not? People on the ground. And how can we make sure that people on the ground have a voice in these forums? Usually through CSOs as working as intermediaries of those people, because they may not be able to come themselves to talk for themselves. So, and then there's some aggregation of comments, opinions, viewpoints happening at the CSO level. So it's, we are best suited to come forward to speak the language that the policymakers can understand, and at the same time bring the voice of those people at the community who are affected by these development programs.
Okay, I think the Policy Forum has already produced a very good result, which is that the European Commission and the European Union institutions that work in development issues have opened the door for a open, transparent and very trustful conversation and debate about European cooperation and aid policies with other stakeholders like NGOs and local authorities. I work for one of the biggest cities in the world, and the city that I represent is an international actor with an international agenda of its own. And we have never been recognized as an international actor by nation states or the United Nations system. The fact that the European Union, for the first time in history, opens up a forum where mayors can debate and express their concerns and their needs and their expectations, it's a very good thing. What I expect from this forum is that other than just a dialogue and other than just an exchange of ideas and points of view, the forum permits and allows for very practical instruments of policy change. We would expect the forum to let us influence and modify current practices in international aid, which are very much centered, we feel today, on North-South cooperation, which is very paternalistic, and donor-beneficiary mind frames that no longer adapt to the current situation of the world. And we would expect the forum to go beyond words and turn its good intentions into actions.
It is very important to discuss the next coming policy forum in terms of reinforcements of the engagement, Paris Declaration and Accra engagement in the efficacy of it and how to improve development in the basic level. And I think that the next coming policy forum will define the members, people who will take forward this engagement, who actually, to be true, have changed very much the approach of local development.
The civil society here are becoming some of the major players to ensure that the process for democratization, and particularly to have an enabling environment where the democracy can work. And within this process, I would say that EU has become a big instrument, as a big instrument and a very important strategic instrument to have a stake in this process. So just not poverty reduction, it is to stabilize any nation so that they can respond to the needs of the people.
Nous attendons à ce qu'il y ait plus d'ouverture, plus d'implication des acteurs de la société civile dans ce processus et tenir en considération la participation des organisations de la société civile et des autorités locales reviendrait à dire construire ensemble une participation dans le processus du bas vers le haut. En d'autres termes, il y a aujourd'hui des priorités au niveau social, au niveau de démocratie, au niveau de droits humains, mais également pour faire face à un certain nombre de phénomènes sociaux tels que le problème d'emploi, le problème d'accès à la santé, le problème d'accès à un certain nombre de droits prioritaires pour la vie des communautés, à l'habitat également, et dans d'autres régions du monde, il y a le problème de conflits, il y a le problème de l'énergie et toutes ces questions et de l'environnement durable et toutes ces questions bien sûr à mon avis devraient figurer dans ce dialogue ou politique tel qu'il est initié par l'Union européenne.
The success of these forums to me really hinges on the quality of engagement between different sectors and actors like policymakers at the government level, local authorities, trade unions, faith-based associations, and of course CSOs on the ground. And so, how these voices can be integrated into a coherent message that gets across to the policymakers at the national and international level, I think is really the key to the success.